Don't give up on your dreams. There comes a moment in every person's life when the weight of their dreams feels heavier than the strength they think they have. A moment when the world feels too loud, the doubts feel too real, and the path ahead feels too long. In that moment, the temptation to give up can crawl into your mind and whisper that maybe your dream isn't meant for you. But the truth is the exact opposite. The moment you feel like quitting is the moment your dream is testing you. It wants to know how badly you actually want it. It wants to know if you're willing to fight for it, bleed for it, sacrifice for it, and keep going even when everything in your life tells you to stop. Dreams don't come to the chosen, they come to the committed. And you must understand that you will never reach what you want if you keep stopping at the edge of discomfort. You have a dream for a reason. That dream didn't randomly appear in your mind. It was planted there, connected to your potential, tied to your future, linked to your purpose. When something inside of you wants something bigger, something better, something extraordinary, it's not by accident. It's the highest version of you calling out from the future, trying to pull you in its direction. But the journey from where you are to where you want to be is not smooth, not simple, not easy. It is brutal, exhausting, demanding, and unforgiving. And that's why so many people give up. Not because they're incapable, but because they convince themselves that the struggle is a sign they're on the wrong path, when in reality, the struggle is proof that they're getting closer. Every person you admire, every success story you've ever heard, every champion you look up to has felt the urge to quit. Not once, not twice, but many times. They've faced rejection, failure, humiliation, pressure, loneliness, and doubt. They've been laughed at, underestimated, ignored, and dismissed. But what made them different wasn't talent or luck. It was the decision to keep going anyway. They didn't stop because they were tired. They didn't fold because they were scared. They didn't walk away because progress was slow. They stayed in the fight, even when the fight made them bleed. They stayed in the game, even when they had no strength left. They stayed committed because they understood one simple truth. Quitting guarantees failure, but perseverance always leaves the door open for success. What most people don't realize is that dreams come with a price tag, and the price is always paid in the currency of discipline, sacrifice, consistency, and resilience. You cannot expect to reach the heights you see in your mind while giving half-hearted effort. You cannot expect to walk into the life you want while holding on to the habits that keep you small. You cannot expect to win big while playing it safe. Dreams require risk. They require you to step into the unknown, to face fear head-on, to challenge your own excuses, and to rise above the parts of you that want comfort more than growth. You must understand that the battle isn't between you and the world. The real battle is between you and the version of yourself that keeps settling. There will be days when progress is invisible, days when nothing you do seems to matter, days when you question everything, your plan, your ability, your timing, your purpose. And in those moments, giving up feels like the easiest option. But dreams don't respond to how you feel. They respond to how you act. Some of your best days will come right after your hardest days. Some of your biggest breakthroughs will come right after your deepest frustrations. Some of your greatest victories will show up right after you wanted to quit the most. The universe has a way of pushing you to the edge just to see if you're willing to jump into your potential instead of falling back into your comfort zone. You have to understand that greatness is not built on motivation. It's built on perseverance. Motivation fades, but discipline stays. Motivation is loud, but commitment is quiet. Motivation gets you started, but consistency keeps you moving. And when your dream depends on you showing up every day, even on days when you don't feel like it, you must choose discipline over emotion. You must show up tired, show up confused, show up uncertain, show up scared, show up doubting yourself, but still show up. Because showing up is the only thing that builds progress, and progress is the only thing that builds dreams. Your dream is a seed, and seeds grow in darkness before they break the surface. They grow underground before anyone sees them. They grow silently before they become something powerful. You may feel like nothing is happening, but that doesn't mean nothing is growing. Your consistency is building roots. Your effort is strengthening the foundation. Your sacrifices are watering the soil. Your struggles are shaping you through the darkness. And one day, all that invisible growth will burst into the light. That's when people will call you lucky. That's when they'll say things like overnight success. They won't realize that you spent nights crying, struggling, doubting, grinding, and pushing yourself while no one was watching. They won't see the pain. They'll only see the result. You cannot give up on your dreams because your future self is depending on you. The version of you who is living that dream, the version who is proud, fulfilled, strong, successful, confident, that version is counting on you to keep going. Every time you push forward, you get closer to becoming that person. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you get stronger. Every time you show up, you build momentum. Every time you refuse to quit, you rewrite your destiny. And every time you take one more step, even when it feels like you can't, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Your dreams don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be persistent. They don't need you to have all the answers. They need you to believe you can find them. They don't need you to be fearless. They need you to be courageous enough to act in spite of fear. Too many people wait for confidence before they begin, but confidence doesn't come first. Action does. Confidence is built through doing what scares you, through trying, failing, learning, and trying again. Confidence comes from showing yourself that you can survive everything you were once afraid of. There will be moments when the people around you don't believe in your dreams. Some will doubt you, some will question you, some will tell you to be realistic or to lower your expectations. But their doubts are not your problem. Their fear is not your responsibility. Their limitations are not your boundaries. Never let someone who gave up on their dreams talk you out of yours. The people who doubt you now will be the same people who admire you later if you refuse to quit. Your dream matters. Your dream is valid. Your dream is worth fighting for. You owe it to yourself to see how far you can go. You owe it to your future to keep moving forward. You owe it to your potential to give yourself a real chance. Not a half-hearted attempt, not an inconsistent effort, not a temporary burst of motivation. A real chance, one that demands everything inside you but gives you everything you've ever wanted in return. This is only the beginning. There will be moments in your journey when the world feels like it has turned its back on you. Moments when nothing goes according to plan, when every door you knock on stays closed, when every attempt feels like another failure stacked on top of the last. These moments are not signs that you should quit. They are signs that you are walking the path most people never dare to walk. Because dreams are not handed out to those who want convenience. Dreams are revealed to those who are willing to suffer for them. Every challenge that stands in your way is shaping you, sharpening you, and preparing you to handle the greatness that you have been asking for. If your dream was easy, everyone would have it, and it wouldn't be a dream. It would just be an option. But you were not born for options. You were born for purpose. There will be days when your motivation disappears, when your energy drains, when doubt creeps in and whispers that maybe you're not meant for this. But doubt is just fear wearing a disguise. It's the voice that tries to protect you from discomfort, from uncertainty, from the unknown. Yet every dream lives in the unknown. Every transformation lives in discomfort. Every breakthrough lives on the other side of fear. If you give up when it gets hard, you never get to meet the version of yourself who was capable of achieving everything you once prayed for. And that version of you is waiting. Waiting for you to stop hesitating. Waiting for you to keep going. Waiting for you to push one more time. People around you might not understand your vision. They might question your choices, your ambition, your commitment. They might tell you to be realistic, to play it safe, to accept something smaller, something easier, something more predictable. But remember this, the dream was not given to them. It was given to you. They don't have to believe in it. They don't have to understand it. They don't have to support it. Because your dream is not a group project. It is a solo mission. And the moment you stop expecting validation from people who don't share your vision, your journey becomes 10 times lighter. You don't need permission to chase what sets your soul on fire. You only need courage. You will fail. You will fall. You will make mistakes. You will take wrong turns. That is not a prediction. It's a guarantee. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is the doorway to it. Every person you admire has a story filled with failures, setbacks, rejections, heartbreaks, and struggles. What separates them from everyone else is not talent or luck. It is persistence. It is the ability to stand back up after being knocked down. It is the decision to keep moving even when everything inside them says stop. It is the refusal to let circumstances define their destiny. If they had given up at the first sign of difficulty, their dreams would still be buried inside them, untouched and unrealized. The same goes for you. There will be nights when you question whether all this effort is worth it, whether the sacrifices are too heavy, whether you should just settle and call it a day. But settling is a slow, silent death. It kills your potential, your passion, your spark. It convinces you to be grateful for a life you do not want. But deep down, you know you are destined for more. Deep down, you know that giving up will haunt you far more than trying and failing ever will. Regret is a poison, and the only antidote is action. The only antidote is commitment. The only antidote is refusing to give up on your dreams, no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it becomes, no matter how alone you feel. Your dreams are not random. They are not accidents. They are messages from the person you have the potential to become. They are glimpses of your future self calling you forward. When you feel the urge to quit, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself of the moments you wished for a life different from the one you had. Remind yourself of the promises you made to yourself when no one was watching. Remind yourself of the fire that once burned so brightly inside you that you couldn't sleep at night because the dream was louder than your doubt. That fire is still there. It may be dimmed, but it is not dead. Fan the flames. The world will test you. Life will push you to the edge. You will face challenges that feel unfair, obstacles that feel impossible, and seasons that feel unending. But every test you face is proof that your dream is real. The universe does not challenge the weak, it challenges the chosen. And you have been chosen. Chosen to grow, chosen to rise, chosen to overcome, chosen to become the version of yourself who can hold the weight of the dream you're chasing. That version of you is stronger than you think, braver than you know, and more powerful than you can imagine. You do not discover that version by quitting. You discover it by continuing. When it feels like progress is slow, remember that seeds take time to grow. When it feels like nobody notices your effort, remember that greatness is often built in silence. When it feels like you are walking alone, remember that every legend once walked alone before people understood their purpose. Your journey might be long, but it is not pointless. Your setbacks might be painful, but they are not permanent. Your dream might feel far away, but every step forward brings it closer. Even the small ones, even the quiet ones, even the ones that no one sees. Do not give up on your dreams. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to the younger version of you who believed without doubt. You owe it to the future version of you who is waiting to live the life you are building. You owe it to the world because your dream, your purpose, your vision might be the very thing someone else needs. Your dream is not just about you, it is about the impact you will create, the lives you will touch, the legacy you will leave behind. This is not the time to quit. This is the time to push. This is the time to rise. This is the time to believe in the possibility of everything you can become. You are closer than you think. You are stronger than you feel. You are more capable than you have proven. Keep going. Keep fighting. Keep dreaming. The world may not see your greatness yet, but it will. And when it does, every sacrifice, every struggle, every sleepless night will be worth it. There will come a point in your journey when quitting will feel easier than continuing, when the weight of the world seems to rest on your back, and every step forward feels like you're moving through wet cement. But that's the exact moment when you must remember why you started. Dreams don't test the weak, they test the ones who are strong enough to carry them. And if your dream feels heavy right now, it's because life is shaping you into someone powerful enough to hold it. You cannot give up simply because the process is uncomfortable. Everything great is born through discomfort, perseverance, and stubborn belief. Most people never reach their dreams because they underestimate how long the journey will take and overestimate how easy it should be. They want results without resistance, progress without patience, victories without sacrifices. But dreams don't bend for wishful thinking. They respond only to relentless commitment. There will be days when nothing goes your way, when your effort doesn't seem to match your results, when your growth feels invisible. But every step you take, even the small ones, are working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see. Seeds grow underground long before they break the surface. Your progress is the same. Every time you choose not to quit, you build a layer of strength that will serve you later. Every day you continue despite exhaustion, doubt, or fear, you become someone you were not yesterday. And that is the real magic of pursuing your dream. It forces you to evolve into a version of yourself you didn't know existed. No one who reached greatness remained who they were at the beginning. The dream changes you before it rewards you. And the only way to experience its reward is to survive its transformation. When you feel like giving up, think of the future version of yourself who is counting on your perseverance right now. Think of the life you want, the freedom you crave, the impact you dream of making. Think of the person you could become if you decide to push through instead of collapse. Your future self is watching from the other side of your persistence, waiting for you, cheering for you, depending on you. Don't turn your back on them. Don't betray the part of you that believes a better life is possible. You must understand that quitting will never make the pain disappear. It only replaces temporary discomfort with permanent regret. You may escape the challenge in the moment, but you will carry the knowledge that you walked away from your own potential. Regret is heavier than discipline, heavier than effort, heavier than sacrifice. It is the weight of knowing you could have done more. And if you keep going, even slowly, you'll never have to feel that weight. You'll know you gave everything you had, and that kind of effort never returns empty. People around you may doubt you. They may underestimate how badly you want this. They may project their fears onto your journey, but their doubts are not your reality. They don't have your vision, your heart, your hunger, your potential. They can't see the image in your mind that keeps you awake at night. They don't understand the fire in your spirit. They don't feel the calling that pulls you toward greatness. Your dream wasn't given to them, it was given to you. And because of that, you are the only one responsible for protecting it. There will be moments when the dream feels distant, almost unreachable, but distance does not mean impossibility. Every dream is far away in the beginning. Every champion, every creator, every innovator, every success story started with nothing but belief. What separates them from everyone else isn't talent, it's persistence. It's the refusal to stop, even when progress seemed invisible. It's the willingness to endure long enough for the dream to take shape. You cannot rush the process, you can only respect it. And respecting it means staying committed even when you are tired. There will also be seasons of isolation, and you must learn to embrace them. Not everyone can walk with you on the path toward your dream. Some people will fall away, some will doubt you, some will misunderstand your priorities. But that's the price of transformation. Growth requires space, focus, and separation. It demands that you let go of distractions, low-effort habits, and energy-draining environments. You might lose people along the way, but never lose yourself. Never lose the vision that fuels your ambition. Never lose the belief that you are meant for more than an ordinary life. And if fear tries to convince you that you're not ready, remember this: no one is ready. People don't succeed because they're ready, they succeed because they start anyway. Confidence is built through action, not before it. Strength is forged through struggle, not in comfort. Mastery is earned through repetition, not from waiting for the perfect moment. Everything you need will develop along the way, but none of it will develop if you stop. You have survived too much to give up now. You've endured storms, heartbreaks, disappointments, failures, setbacks, pain, and doubt. Yet here you are, still standing, still dreaming, still hungry for more. That alone proves you are stronger than you think. The fact that your dream still lives inside you means it's not done with you, and you're not done with it. Don't silence that voice inside that whispers, "Keep going." That whisper is your truth, and it will lead you exactly where you're meant to be. Your dream is not just a goal, it's a promise you made to yourself. A promise that says your life will not end in mediocrity. A promise that says you will rise, even if you rise slowly. A promise that says you will give everything you have to become everything you're capable of becoming. And the only way to honor that promise is to refuse to quit. You owe it to your childhood self, who used to dream without limits. You owe it to your future self, who deserves the life you imagine. You owe it to every version of you who kept going even when life was hard. You owe it to your heart, your soul, your purpose. And above all, you owe it to the dream itself, a dream that chose you for a reason.